So, do any of you remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s? The ones that were just put out on DVD a few years ago? Well, I hear there is one that was unreleased to even the most avid classic Disney fans. According to the sources, it's nothing special. Just a continuous loop, like the Flintstones, of Mickey walking past 6 buildings that goes on and on for 2 minutes before fading out. Unlike the cutesy tunes put in, though, the song on this cartoon was not a song at all. Just a constant banging on a piano for a minute and a half before going to white noise for the remainder of the film. And it wasn't the jolly old Mickey we've come to know and love, either. Mickey wasn't dancing, or not even smiling. Just kind of walking as if you and I would walk, with a normal facial expression, but for some reason, he had his head tilted to the side and he kept this dismal look on his face. Up until a year or two ago, everyone believed that after it cut to black, that was it. When Leonard Maltin was reviewing the cartoon to be put in the complete series, he decided it was too junk to be on the DVD, but wanted to have a digital copy anyway due to the fact that it was a creation of Walt's. When he had a digitized version up on his computer to look at, he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is what my source emailed to me in full. He's a personal assistant of one of the higher Disney executives and an acquaintance of Mr. Maltin himself. I quote, "After it cut to black, it stayed like that until the 6th minute before going back into Mickey walking. The sound was different this time. It was a murmur. It wasn't a language, but more like a gurgle cry. As the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minute, the picture began to get weird. The sidewalk started going directions that seemed impossible based on the physics Mickey was walking. And the dismal face of the mouse was slowly curling into a smirk. On the 7th minute, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, and the picture was beginning to get more obscure. Colors were happening that shouldn't have been possible at the time. Mickey's face began to fall apart, his eyes rolled to the bottom of his chin like 2 marbles in a fishbowl, and his curled smile was pointing upward on the left side of his face. The buildings became rubble floating in midair, and the sidewalk was impossibly navigating in warped directions, a few seeming inconceivable with what we as humans know about direction. Mr. Bolton got disturbed and left the room, sending an employee in to finish the video and take notes of everything that happened up until the last second, and afterward immediately store the disc of the cartoon into the vault. The distorted screaming lasted until 8 minutes and a few seconds in, and then abruptly cut to that Mickey Mouse face at the credits of the end of every video with what sounded like a broken music box playing in the background. This happened for about 30 seconds, and whatever was in that remaining 30 seconds I haven't been able to get a sliver of information about. From a security guard working under me who was making rounds outside of the room, I was told that after the last frame, the employee stumbled out of the room with pale skin saying, "Real suffering is not known," 7 times before speedily taking the guard's pistol and offing himself on the spot. The thing I could get out of Leonard Maltin was that the last frame was a piece of Russian text that roughly said, "The sights of hell bring its viewers back in." As far as I know, no one else has seen it, but there have been dozens of attempts at getting the file on RapidShare by employees inside the studios, all of whom have been promptly terminated of their jobs. Whether it got online or not is up for debate, but if rumors serve me right, it's online somewhere under the name Suicidemouse.avi. If you ever find a copy of the film, I want you to never view it, and contact me by phone immediately regardless of the time. When a Disney death is covered up as well as this, it means this has to be something huge.